Don't they usually want the main character in the forefront, The Last of Us? I don't know why they cast, like, it seems like a lot of people do not like Bella Ramsey.
The HBO show feels like it was made exclusively to fix the problems with the original game, mostly problems that don't need fixing.
Yeah. Because when you have a diabolical posture like this RoboCop has over here, nobody's gonna be intimidated.
The Last of Us has been a really horrific mess. And watching over the season 2 trailer makes me believe that they were trying to trick people on the outside by thinking that they were gonna get a thriller horror, it was gonna be better than the first season, and then they bait and switched the people right at the end. Look at all the stuff that they're featuring in the trailer, and we think that we're gonna get all this action and that's what it's gonna be about, when it's mostly just a walking and talking and yeah, let's talk about how into each other we are simulator. It's funny because in the trailer they literally only show the best parts or the parts that are moving the fastest, which there's not even really a lot of those.
You're welcome.
You know, I really thought that this show was gonna at least make the attempt to end on something good, but the finale just ended up being way more infuriating than even a lot of the other episodes. And the only good thing to come about it is when we see the supposed main character getting strung up like the Christmas ornament she's shaped like. Yes, I'm aware I'm being a villain, and this may be shocking. I don't care.
I said maybe. All right. It's gonna hurt.
It already fucking hurt.
So already, I'm enjoying the episode because the easiest thing to like about this show, as I've said many times before, is Jesse. Oh my goodness. Have you ever been stuck in a very crowded train in the middle of peak time in New York or Philly? Can you imagine the smell? It's body odor and piss and mouse. And you're trying to pretend that the nose-splitting smell doesn't bother you? And you finally make it out of the train right as you're about to pass out from body odor poisoning, and you take your first whiff of actual prime, premium, non-human polluted air, and you breathe in deep and your eyes roll into the back of your head. And you're like, damn, I can breathe. At long last. That is exactly the role that Jesse functions in this show.
Don't let me. Can't let me die.
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't.
If I pull it, it's gonna turn artery. I need to push it through.
How do you know that? I would've got the wrong way.
I know where the arteries are.
Oh, you don't get a doctor.
Nina, shut up!
Damn, Zaddy. Yell at me again.
You got me pregnant.
Oh!
But for real, that's what she needs in that moment, because somebody cannot be helped if they're constantly yelling and screaming and freaking out in front of you. Mind you, the scene that you're about to watch is something that Ellie would not have been able to handle. I like how they bring Jesse in as a plot point just to get Dina out of there because Ellie would not have been able to, and they let Jesse do all the hard work and the literal heavy lifting and pushing and pulling while Ellie's off doing her thing and has not even bothered to give one thought about Dina. But we'll get into that in a little bit.
Dina, shut up! I got you. All right? I got you.
I feel kind of bad for Dina, but I mean, you're the one who wanted to come out here looking all badass and everything. Did you not expect you were gonna get shot at? And you knew you were pregnant and still wanted to keep going, bro. So why are you crying?
Why are you crying?
Okay,
No.
it's gonna help. Have some.
I said no. Just do it.
There we go, Jesse gets things done. But like I said, and I kept reminding you guys, don't expect him to be around too long. Can't have him showing up the obviously boring ass characters who can't do anything for themselves and don't have enough of a draw to keep people watching them. That is a big ass arrow. Anyway, Jesse hears someone at the door and it's Ellie, and immediately I'm put off because I'm thinking we just had a moment of respite. Respite? From this freaking mummified character, and now she has to be back and ruin the moment. Like, honestly, just seeing that scene between Jesse and Dina, I wouldn't mind watching just them. If Joel wasn't gonna be in it and Dina was his daughter or had a better relationship with him, that she seemed to anyways, it would be more understandable them going along for the ride and him following her, and then her losing him in the end would be a little bit more poetic and make sense. Because already, Dina seems like a stronger character, which I don't know if that's really saying much, because every other character in the show outshines Ellie's without even trying.
I'm alone. Open the fucking door.
Where is she? What happened to you?
Dina! Oh, now you care? What, did your save file just load when you left the other building? You forgot that Dina existed and now you're supposed to be worried? We're supposed to believe this? She doesn't even do a good enough job acting worried.
She's okay. She's in the dressing room. Ellie, where were you?
Dina needs to go home. Ugh, get your nasty ass paws off of her. You know the one thing we were thinking about? I mean, maybe the rain took care of that problem, but she had just previously been inundated and fully saturated with spores that infect other people. What if there's still remnants of that on her clothes, in her hair? It's possible the rain could have washed away all of it, but I would be so paranoid. And it's not like Ellie doesn't know that the spores infect people and turn them. She watched the girl die in front of her. Well, dying in front of her before she started torturing her. Dina is pregnant. You don't know if what you have on you. I mean, they even address this stuff in Star Trek and all anyway. What do I know? I'm just a troglodyte, run-of-the-mill, brainless watcher. Thinking too hard in situations like this will get your brain fried. So let's just go with the rain having washed it off. If only we could get a sprinkler system set up in that building.
Let me see.
Behold, a bandage wrapped around her jeans with a blood spot on it. Now that I've looked at that, I've deemed that you're all better, and the cut looks completely okay.
Is the baby?
It's okay.
How do you know?
I just do.
Why would you ask someone that? Bro, what? I get you, they're curious and stuff, but dude, she just went through a very horrific ordeal.
Is the baby okay? Is it still alive?
Yes, Ellie, it's okay.
But how do you know?
I know I've not said this before, but read my eyes. You're fucking weird, bitch. Why would you ask me that? Because seriously, it's giving, are you really sure? Would be a shame if something happened to it. Would be a shame if I looked at you and my visage scared the baby into death. Like, obviously I knew where she was coming from with it, but it just felt like a really weird time to ask her that question. It's like seeing someone with a scrape on their knee and then you take the tip of your finger and start poking it. Does that hurt? Because you know, you look worried. And if they're trying to make us think that, oh, Ellie's so relatable because she lacks social awareness, that really doesn't make us like her anymore because she always stands on this moral high ground than everybody else, yet she doesn't know how to ask a simple question like, how are you feeling? Or I don't know, maybe not ask questions that will end up worrying the pregnant mother who looks like she's been through a lot. I bet if Joel was asking that question, Ellie would have been like, Joel, stupid, read the room. You want to bet?
Sit over there.
So now Dana's gonna take care of her, and she has to... never mind. When you look at what she's wincing over, I mean, this girl has been through worse. I'm not even gonna. Whatever. If Ellie had any, I don't want to say masculinity. What's the word? It's not really empathy either. You know exactly where I'm going with this. She would have instructed Dina to lay down and that it was nothing because it's literally just a scratch. I understand Dina wants to take care of her and do something, but Jesse, if this had been Jesse's back, Jesse would have been like, no, I'm fine. You need to rest. Ellie's just like, serve me, you freaking peasant. I don't know where you came from, but your people were clearly meant to serve. Like, seriously, that's what it's giving. Throughout this whole thing, Dina's the one doing all of the work, all of the heavy lifting when it comes to intelligence, and we're supposed to believe that Ellie's smart. No, she couldn't have done this on her own. She would have been gone 4 feet away from the freaking compound. She would have died. Her face would have been in the dirt, and maybe that would have been best for everyone. So they get to talking, and that's when Ellie finally tells Dina about the situation with Joel and why he had killed every single person in the hospital to save her, and why she was there in the first place. And at least why did I just do that? At least she told her the full reason. They could have made a cure out of me, or they thought they could, or what have you. But before that, she was letting Dina know that, you know, I thought it would be hard to do it. Clearly, it was easy to torture someone. You left her to die, and I think it was a little easier because you knew she was already dying. But I think after hearing what she has to say, Dina's like, oh my god, so wait, Joel killed every single person in that hospital to save you, you fucking egghead? Why am I here again? Even if he had not done that, still, why are you here? You are carrying a child that you intend to keep. What are you doing?
Everyone. He killed Abby's father. He was a doctor, and Joel shot him in the head.
I'm wondering, why do they keep specifying that Joel shot him in the head? I mean, maybe for Abby's sake, like she's trying to portray or emphasize the level of savagery that Joel committed by pointing that out specifically, but would it really have been any better if Joel shot him up the ass or in the back?
But I knew what he did. I'm sorry. We need to go home.
Oh, do we now? Do we really? This woman is bananas. I mean, maybe it's one of those things where you don't really understand what's at stake until, I don't know, you take an arrow to the knee, then all of a sudden everything just gets real super fast. But dude, it's not like you didn't have experience from the outside, or maybe she didn't. You'd think that Ellie had more experience, but between the two of them, you don't know which one is stupider. Okay, we know who's stupider. It's obviously Ellie. But you know what I mean. So Dina is realizing that she's messed up, and Jesse the next day is obviously pissed with Ellie. Oh my god, and I swear... I didn't think I could get any more annoyed with this character or the writing for this show, but man, they're really trying to outdo themselves each episode. If you want something that's consistent, but keeps raising the stakes with how much it can annoy you, this show, The Last of Us, specifically season 2, does an excellent job of that. They need a genre for this kind of thing. Hey kids, wanna get pissed off until your tits fall off? Then stop what you're doing, because boy oh boy do we got the show for you. Like, is that what y'all were going for?
You shouldn't be on your feet yet.
I'll go back to the couch in a second. Promise.
See how he takes care of her? See how he's aware that she should be resting? I mean, you might want to flash the argument that Ellie would have been just as concerned. However, Ellie is the one who decided to let Dina stay when the choice was given to her whether or not Dina should go back. You know, considering this was post Dina informing Ellie that she was pregnant. So Ellie gives her a good luck ring or bracelet thing, and she's like, don't you need it? And Jesse's like, the frick is wrong with these people? Jesse's got a lot going on, and I completely get where he's coming from.
The other one. It's for good luck. Not sure it's been working for you. I'm alive.
Yeah, because of Jesse. And I'm sorry, people have a different idea of what luck is supposed to look like. I don't think taking an arrow to the freaking knee while you're pregnant is luck to me, because wouldn't it prevent that from happening in the first place? I love how people are like, oh gosh, I'm so lucky. I took a bullet to the neck and I had to spend so much time in the hospital. And now I have a limp forever. Aren't I lucky? No, that wasn't lucky at all. Especially considering that your friends didn't get any arrows to their body parts and they're completely unscathed. Bitch, you're the only one who got hit. That's not luck. That's cope. Why do people do that?
I can do this alone if you want Ellie to stay.
No. We'll be safer together.
The rendezvous point's not far.
You know what I find especially fucked up? Jesse risked his life to not only come here and save them, he saved them several times. He saved Dina several times. When he came and protected them from the infected, which we hardly ever see anymore, going down on their asses, and Jesse carried her out of there. Carried her, treated her, watched over her, and she didn't give him the good luck charm? Really? The father of her child? Who saved her life? She probably thinks that Ellie is just naturally unlucky, so she's probably the one who needs it most. And if that's the case, and that was her thinking, I can't really blame her there.
You ever gonna tell me how you found the theater?
You ever gonna tell me what happened to you last night?
Pow!
I followed the light-based path into the city. Found the place you stashed Shimmer. She's still there, doing all right, not that you asked.
Oh my god, everybody was thinking this. That's the first thing I was thinking, but she hasn't even checked up on her horse. Because Shimmer was locked into that place, and she has no way of letting herself out.
Split up a 2-square-mile area around it and began searching. That's how I found the theater.
Oh, you make it sound easy.
It took 2 days. And a lot of close calls.
Why was it so much more monumentally harder for the guys than it was when Dina and Ellie made their way there? I mean, I get they had to go in different directions and stuff, but still, compared to the weekend sorority getaway that was bone-chillingly quiet and peaceful that Ellie and Dina experienced, this almost seems like torture, or that it was just left for Jesse and for Tommy to experience all the hardships.
Thank you. I mean it, honestly. Look, I know you're angry.
Last night, Dina said, I can't die. Not, I don't want to die. I can't. And then I offered her whiskey and she refused. Dina, the girl who's never turned down a free drink in her life, seconds before I was going to push a crossbow bolt through her leg.
That's weird. I don't know why.
Yes, you do. I'm not stupid and I'm not blind. Ellie, I see the way you two look at each other. It's different now. Yeah. And I bet she even tells you things she wouldn't tell me. Like how she's pregnant.
Fuck. Oh shit, you were guessing? Oh god. Look, she's obviously gonna tell you.
And I loathe this character with my entire soul. I know that this is between Dina and Jesse, but the time to tell him would have been last night when they were alone. Or I don't know, right before Jesse embarks on a mission where he might not come back? Any of those times would have been the time. Jesus, no wonder freaking what's-her-face is daft in the head thinking she's the dad. I don't care if you all want to cope and say it was a joke. Because if it was a joke, I missed the part where it was funny. Because I don't know anybody who found that was funny, who saw that that scene in particular, and it was like, key. That was really freaking hilarious. You sure got us there, Ellie. Like, dude, why would you not tell the father information that he needs to know? It's his kid too. He made it. He carried the genetic information. He made it. You carried it. You made it together. You share in the responsibility. And if anything, I would also tell him to give him more of a motivation to not do anything stupid and put his life on the line. But Dina obviously doesn't care about anybody but herself, and she cares about Ellie so long as it can get her what she wants, whatever that might be in the moment. Just because I like Dina more than Ellie, which that's the wrong thing to say, I don't even like Ellie. So just because I sort of kind of like Dina does not excuse her or absolve her from all the things that she's doing, which is also using Ellie. And you might wonder, what would ever be Dina's motivation to use Ellie? She's useless. As an emotional support animal. That is her use, and because she can control Ellie. She's like a puppy to her. Jessie might be the one she gets super hot for, but Ellie's the one that makes her feel powerful and in control, and probably better about herself because, well, Ellie is the dumbest character by comparison. Next to Dina, there's essentially nothing upstairs. So Dina's like, whenever I'm next to you, Ellie, I just naturally feel better about myself.
And she's obviously gonna tell you, so just act surprised, okay? None of this has to change things between us.
Everything changing doesn't have to change things. Well, how about this for something new? I'm gonna be a father, which means I can't die. But because of you, we're stuck in a war zone. So how about we skip the apologies and just go find Tommy so I can get us and my kid the fuck out of Seattle?
Excuse me, Tommy, who are you talking to? You're the father? Bruh, when did you come to that revelation? I guess I missed something. Cause last time I checked, I'm pretty sure I'm the dad. Man, I really feel for Tommy. Sorry, Jesse. Did I call him Tommy before? Anyway, my brain's collapsing and hers is already gone, but this next part, oh my god. We haven't even reached halfway through this episode, and oh my freaking goodness. So these freaking dudes, the LWAL, whatever they're called, the wolves, are chasing down this kid, and Jesse's trying to tell Ellie, don't go out there because, 2, and 3. Jesse even points this out to her later. We see these 3 grown men assaulting a younger man. I swear to God, I could feel both hemispheres of my brain splitting in half so mercilessly. This cannot be a real person that exists.
Go, good job. Keep going. I should just line. Keep going. The world is not invented, but I have done my part to write it. She has let me through this farm. Now I'm stressed. She got me. She got me. Get his clothes off.
Why is Ellie looking at him? Bitch, if you were here by yourself, would you have gone out and tried to help? Go. You don't need Jesse. You're the dad, right? Go out. Go get it done. Go out there and go run into danger. Go run into those 3 men with guns at the ready. 3 grown men with guns at the military that at the ready that are military trained. Go on, be my guest. Go on. That's what I would. If I were Jesse, I'd be like, go. Just leave. It's fine. If you really want to do this, I'm not stopping you. Why is he stopping her? Let her go. Get clapped.
Wait, go!
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I didn't count properly before. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 grown men, all armed. I'm really trying to figure out which underground dweller they hired off of Fiverr to write the script because, Lord have mercy. What is even Ellie supposed to be right now? Because it's not a regular human being. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh my god. I can't do this. I cannot. I cannot with this fucking character. Where are you going? Oh my god. Where were you gonna go, bitch? What are you doing? What in the world? They're trying to piss people. They're trying so hard right now to piss people off because what? Fucking hate this show. I hate this fucking character so much. Jesse's like, when he pulls her back, he's looking at her like the look he gives her is like, this fucking. And what's worse is when they drag this dude outside, you realize, yo, they keep on freaking multiplying. There were 4 guys. I thought there were 3 initially, that it's 4. No, brothers, what we were seeing here are 6 men. 6 grown men with rifles. I mean, Ellie and Dina have the ability to count clickers, or maybe Dina does, because Ellie's stupid. And yeah, she was gonna charge out there like a fucking breadbasket infected with freaking yeast, which it's probably her whole body's infected with yeast right now. Which is interesting, because if she, never mind. And she was gonna charge out there. I know I'm harping on this, but I think I'm like in mental shock or something, because I'm trying to rationalize why the writers want us to hate this character, to despise this thing so freaking much. How is this first of all, how is this gonna help the actress's career? Someone must have a hit out on this person, because this is ridiculous. And her agents or whoever the hell is handling this, they're too stupid to realize it, or they're in on it. I'm telling you, they're trying to capsize her career.
Ellie! What? There's 6 of them and 2 of us. What do you think would have happened?
You fucking kid!
Oh, really? Oh, really? You care about that kid that looks like a grown-ass adult? Well, I don't know what the hell it was, but it wasn't like a 7-year-old, but you don't care about the one in Dina's stomach. You only selectively care about things when it doesn't make sense. You don't care about Dina, you don't care about Jess. Regardless of whether or not he was a kid, what exactly were you gonna do? Go up to them and be like, I command you to stop. Then she has a nerve to be mad at Jesse for saving her life again and saving his own life, because she would have gotten both of them killed because of her stupidity. Look at her dumb face. Oh, I'm gonna get them now. I'm gonna execute justice.
We need justice. We need justice. Some real justice.
And then they're gonna kill off the only likable character, which is Jesse, who is the only person who apparently has the intelligence warranted and apt to live in this world. It makes you wonder how anybody else managed to survive as long as they did. Maybe because of people like him. But oh no, he's too capable and intelligent, can't have him surviving. Why would he be the one surviving? Oh, not to mention, Jesse's got a big ol' extender. Can't have that.
There's 6 of them and 2 of us. What do you think would have happened?
You fucking kid!
Ellie, these people are shooting each other, lynching each other, ripping each other's guts out, even the kids. I am not dying out here. Not for any of them. This is not our war.
So at the Wolf compound, Isaac is tight because Abby isn't here. And apparently Abby's the key to everything, because he needs Abby to take over from him, or to take over the operation when everything's done. And she's a great soldier, and that's all we keep hearing. How great of a soldier she is. Then, as if you weren't already at peak top tier annoyance, we have to get another scene with Jessie and with this freaking imposter, and her thinking that she is just the best thing ever. And Jessie's the asshole, right? She's gonna school Jessie on just how much of an asshole he is.
Listen, about me and her, I don't really know what to say.
Right now we got a lot of problems. Like a wounded pregnant girl, maybe Tommy's dead, maybe we'll be dead, so let me at least just get this one off the table. Yes, I love her, but not the way you do.
And what the heck is that supposed to mean? It's a different kind of love, because I give it to her the way it was meant to be received.
Whoa!
Remember that group that stopped by Jackson for a few weeks on their way south to Mexico?
From Alberta? Yeah, they had some decent shit to trade.
There was this girl with them. She was a couple years older than me. I don't know if you remember. She was selling paintings, like landscapes and shit.
Were they good?
No, not about 4 of them.
That's my guy. So he goes on to tell Ellie about the story about he really liked this girl and they had to move on, and he really wanted to go with them. She wanted him to come too. Bro, you should have left. But he didn't go. He stayed in Jackson.
That fucking feeling. When you're falling for someone and they're falling right back.
That's what happened.
Best 2 weeks of my life. But she couldn't stay. Didn't want to abandon her family like that, so she asked me to go with them instead. And I wanted to. More than anything.
Then why didn't you?
Because the people at Jackson took me in, raised me, cared for me. Because everyone there is counting on me to be the next Maria. Because I was taught to put other people first.
Okay, got it. So you're St. Jesse of Wyoming, and everyone else is a fucking asshole.
No, just you, Ellie. Just you. This coagulated bitch has some nerve. You couldn't even keep Dina safe. You were only thinking about yourself, and yeah, people had to come and risk their lives to save you, and even after all of that, you have the nerve to get smart with him and get upset because he's telling you the truth. You made it all about you. And he wasn't even saying her specifically. He said, look, this is what I did and the reason why I did it. And all of a sudden, apparently he's the bad guy and she just flips off, which is exactly the reason why she shouldn't be in any places of power and exactly the reason why she's not a trustworthy or likable or relatable character, because she is 100% a selfish bitch. First of all, I mean, there's a lot of firsts, but the latest segment of this is her encroaching upon a very integral moment in Dina and Jesse's and this baby's life by claiming yourself to be a father when you don't even have a freaking dick. Like, you don't know this person, you don't know Dina past you being friends, and all of a sudden it's, I'm gonna be a dad. And I don't care what anybody says, they're trying to cope with her having joked. No, she's not. She was being 100% serious because that's how freaking egg-headed she is.
Got it. So, you're St. Jesse of Wyoming, and everyone else is a fucking asshole.
You can make fun of me all you want, but let me ask you this, Ellie. I go with that girl to Mexico. Who saves your ass in Seattle?
Why did they take her out of the moment? Like, let her answer. But she doesn't have an answer, but that's the point. That's exactly the point he's making. If he had shirked his responsibilities, he wouldn't have been here to save Dina and her. And countless other times when they would have needed saving because Ellie's a dumbass. I'm sorry, honestly, so is Dina.
Ellie.
Lay off. She's in the fucking aquarium.
Who?
Abby, the one who killed Joel, she's in the aquarium. It's your farthest from me to go.
What are you talking about?
What?
Tommy's over there. That's where we're going.
You don't know that's him.
Yes, we do.
We don't, and even if it is, he's got them pinned down.
For now, they called for backup.
Then he'll pin more of them down. I know him. He would want me to do this.
She's so funny because she was just telling what's his face, oh, we gotta do something to help because that guy's just a kid and blah, blah, blah. She's doing all of this for Joel, or so she thinks she is, but you won't even help Tommy, Joel's surviving family member, his brother, the person who also took care of you and taught you everything. You won't even take a moment to try and help him. I know they're trying to make it seem as though, look guys, do you see how vengeance devours your soul and makes you forsake your humanity and principles? See? But as I've said countless times, there just has not been enough structure and setup for us to believe that Ellie is actually overtaken by vengeance. Not only is she a poor actor and she's very shallow as a character and an actor in terms of her skills or how she is directed in the show, but there has been no proper payoff or lead up whatsoever to make it believable that, number one, she's as angry as they're trying to let on that she is, or that she'd be motivated to leave Tommy there. We know she doesn't care about anybody but herself, and this was even before the whole vengeance thing happened. But her being all self-righteous with Jesse only serves to make us hate her more. Maybe everyone's thinking that's supposed to be the point, but if season 3 is gonna feature us following Abby as the main character, then I don't see how we're supposed to go back to what exactly, because we're not going back to anything. Nobody likes this person.
Jesus Christ, if 3 more people had voted with you, you'd be coming with me.
I voted no.
Why?
Because everything you do for you. Ellie.
Oh my God.
Ellie, it wasn't in the best interest of the community.
Fuck the community! All you do is talk about the fucking community, you hypocrite! You think you're good and I'm bad?
That's exactly what he's getting at. And that's what everybody recognizes. Because you pick and choose when you want to help people. But yet you were willing to run out to try and help some random stranger that would have gotten Jesse killed. The father of Dina's child, gotten both of you killed, by the way, left Dina injured and by herself and her baby completely at the mercy of those people who are trying to fucking kill you. You Riri. And there is a character that completely encompasses everything that Ellie's character is.
I'm pretty important to this team, bub.
Okay, let's say Magneto is on one side of a bridge and he's killing a lot of people, like a lot. And we arrive on the other side of the bridge.
I'm gonna run at him.
Bro, that is old Hunchback over here. That is exactly what she was willing to do in that scene. Ooh, big men with guns that have training? Why would we do something, Jesse? I'm angry. Oh no, look, I'm gonna run at him. Let me at him, Jesse. Let me at him. Fucking dumbass.
You let a kid die today, Jesse.
Oh no, this bitch did not. Oh my God. Quick question for all of you out there who have been defending this Ellie character since day one. Where are y'all at? You still with it or no?
Because why? He wasn't in your community? Let me tell you about my community. My community was beaten to death in front of me while I was forced to fucking watch.
And that community that was beaten in front of you and you were forced to fucking watch, you didn't talk to him for 9 fucking months after you snitched on him for having mercy on a woman who just lost her husband and made her grief way worse than it would have been had you left Joel to just tell her the fucking lie. You fucking egghead beluga whale bitch. Oh my god, this character is disgusting. I really hope that after this poor woman can find work somewhere else. Because if it were anybody else with this whole reception and how loathsome her character is, and she hasn't even played in anything else, we don't see any range outside of this, you played a little bitch in Game of Thrones, and the only reason people forgave that character is because it was a little kid, and they were like, alright, at least she's kind of badass, and she died because she ran at it. Ironic enough. And this character, at least other characters like Huey from The Boys, who played in Companion, can play different ranges. I'm not going to spoil that, but they can play different ranges and they can act, but you can't act. Your faces look weird. The director, I don't know what was going on with that. She didn't do those faces in Game of Thrones. Her character is despicable and disgusting. Even when she's supposed to be the good guy, there is no redeeming qualities. There's nothing about this person that makes me think, what an awesome performance. Damn. I sure would like to see what else this person has working on, like, you know, what they're gonna be in. Nope, I could do the rest of my very short life not ever seeing this character or even her actress ever again.
So don't look at me like you're better than me or like you'd do anything differently if you were in my shoes, because you're not.
It'd be funny if you, like, Spartan kicked her off the freaking cliff. God, she's annoying. I know I've said that 100 times. It bears repeating over and over.
You wouldn't.
I really hope you make it.
Bye, bitch. So after her little tantrum, after she forgets who the hell she's talking to, bitch bag goes down to the beach and sees the wolves making off. And so in the storm, after they leave, because they're gonna go do some secret raid on the Scars, she decides to take the boat and go find Abby. And the best parts in the show, aside from Jessie for me, is when everything bad that could happen to her is happening. I always get a laugh. And here's a little kid on the beach, and she gets taken by those people who are the same clan of people that boy belongs to, who also took out people's intestines. I feel like those Southern people, like, back in the day when they're all, like, gathered around the fire and they're like, yeah, they're cheering with the noose because they know that someone's about to hang. That's really bad. That's really bad when you're like, man, I want to see a character get hung so bad. When's the last time I felt that way? Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Funny enough. The 12 years a slave bitch that I mentioned, but, you know, nothing ever happened to her. Who else? I can't remember. Yeah, the only ones I can think of from the top of my head. Oh, and Egwene, or whatever her name was, the stupid woman from Wheels of Time. I don't even want to talk about that. Anyway, they're like, you know what? You're a nice piece of meat. Let's hang you. And she's telling the kid, hey, tell them that I'm not one of them, please. And he's like, you ugly bitch, get the fuck on. Yeah, how's that for trying to save the kid, huh? They're all staring at her, smiling, and they actually start stringing her up, and I am freaking dying of laughter. I am a freaking sociopath, and I don't give a fuck. I was dying of laughter. It was so fucking funny to me because you decided to go off in the storm by yourself after you put everybody else in danger, and it doesn't even matter. I don't even have to even give a reason. Fuck this. But no, they let her go. God fucking damn it. I mean, you could have finished the job or tied the rope, but whatever. Now because of her, we're getting another season. And I'm just wondering to myself, there's a kid right there that you saw that was much younger than the other kid you were about to fly off into a group of 6 armed militia-styled men to go save and get yourself killed. Yet you know that their village is in danger, and you saw the kid with his family run in that direction, but you're going in this boat and getting away from them. Why aren't you following that kid? Why aren't you making sure you save that kid? That's not part of your community, you fucking bastardized hypocrite? Really? After you just gave that speech? Wow. Interesting. Wow. Anyway, she says, fuck that kid. Kids don't matter. And she heads for the place where Abby's holed up. But what's even funnier is that you're trying to find this person, and I don't know why they do this in the show, but you're trying to be quiet, but why bother when you have your fucking bright-ass light flicking all over the place and alerting people as to your presence? You don't know where these people are. You have no idea, and yet she's like, let me shine my flashlight really, really bright down in there and have it sweeping in the middle of the dark where people can locate me. Freaking cash register ass mouth. If Ellie had specced a little bit more in more than 5% percent of intelligence, she wouldn't have run into the room when she saw that happening to Joel in the first place. She would have strategized to make sure she got out of there alive and saved him. She's stupid, which is exactly the reason all of this is happening. Owen and this other girl who's pregnant, the doctor one, they're talking about some plan to go find Abby because apparently they don't know exactly where she is either, or maybe they do, whatever, I don't care. And they're like, oh no, hold up a second. So she wants them to show and point on the map where Abby is. I can only imagine how deathly afraid they were when they saw her face make its appearance into the light. Like, she actually should have played Abby because she looks like the muscular, uncanny version of Abby from the game. That would have at least made more sense. Or maybe not, never mind. Then this dumbass tries to grab the gun.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh no, the pregnant woman is dying, and all those kids that Ellie claims that she loves so much, she's just killing them one by one, either through not doing her job and saving them, like the one that ran to the village, or just straight up killing their mothers while the kids are still inside their bellies. This one and Dina included. And by the way, she talked about Joel being her community, but yet you were trying to help someone outside of your community that killed the members of other people from another community. Whatever, doesn't matter. By the way, those people are also responsible for having shot Dina. But anyway, the woman's trying to tell her, like, she's a doctor and giving her doctor terms, but she's not thinking clearly, so she's passing out and she's gonna die because she's bleeding, losing too much blood. Ellie's not even gonna try. She's like, I don't know what that means. Oh no, I don't know what that means. And if a baby comes out, I'm just gonna throw it to the fishes, so yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna save this kid. Fuck that shit. And this woman dies, and obviously the baby does too. Boo-hoo. Oh look, guess who shows up to go and comfort poor old Ellie because she feels bad. It's Tommy and Jesse. And they make it back, and she's like, what have I done? They were innocent. Fucking dumbass. Get the fuck out of here. Tommy tried to make her feel better and let her know that, hey, they know what they did. They killed my brother too, bro. You know, it is what it is. They were there when that happened, so they knew what they were doing, and that's true. They were in on it as well. So I'm sorry. It's very hard to think that this character is actually mourning over the loss of these bad people. You showed more kindness to them than you did with Joel. Just saying. Joel saved your life and did what was required of him via protocol with Eugene, but you showed these strangers and you were willing to risk your life stupidly and risk the life of that of Dina and Jesse at that moment. Because if Dina was asleep, those people are still going to look for her and they would kill her or do worse. You were willing to risk all of them. But yet, you found it so monumentally difficult to just forgive and talk to Joel for 9 fucking months. And Jesse's the hypocrite? Man.
Methamphetamine. Thank you for coming back.
Maybe I didn't want to. Maybe Tommy made me.
Did he?
No.
Because you're a good person.
And you're not. I do a meal. We're learning. Good job. Then I'm a bit confused because they hear a noise and start running for the door. Oh my God. I expected this to happen, but not like this. So you hear a noise and shit going out and you're gonna blast out through the doors with... What the hell? They did this on purpose and wrote Jesse stupid in this situation because there would be no other way that he would be killed off and the audience be okay with it. And this is worse, to be honest, because Jesse would not do this.
Just let him go. He killed my friend. No, I did. I was looking for you. I didn't mean to hurt them. I know why you killed Joel. He did what he did to save me. I'm the one that you want. Just let him go. I let you live. I let you live.
Well, that wasn't very smart, was it, Abby? Like, why are you upset for? You came after Joel because you lived. So you were able to take vengeance upon your enemies because you were alive in which to do so, and you killed someone that you thought she loved that we don't really believe she did, and you let her live after you did it right in front of her and you thought she wasn't going to come back and do exactly the same thing. Watch these two end up together. I feel it. I may be wrong. I know a lot of you know the ending to the game and whatever. I do not. I don't actually know what happens in the end, but I would not put it past the writers or the lack thereof from saying, you know, I like you. I like you too. We both understand each other. Let's fuck. Dina's dead. Jesse's dead. Oh no, there's a baby. Let's raise the baby together. Do you want to bet this is where this is going? I could be wrong though. I guess time will tell, but that would be so freaking funny.
And you wasted it.
Thank God. For a moment, one can hope, right? And why is she screaming? You should be happy to die. You knew you were gonna die. Why are you begging for forgiveness? Why are you screaming no when she points the gun at you? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not want to die at the hands of someone you were coming to kill? Why are you bawling over here, Miss Muppet? You scared? Huh? Oh well. So then we get a flashback, sort of. So much better to look at. And they did the whole video game thing over the shoulder. You know, that's obviously what that is, to make it seem like, hey guys, you are now playing as Abby, which is kind of freaking cringe, to be honest, because the show didn't start out like that. They're like, hey, let's lean heavily into the video games now, which, okay. And then we see what's supposed to be a cutscene, and Abby is now here. You're now playing as Abby, guys. Check this out. And then we start from Seattle Day 1 from her perspective. So that's how season 3 is going to be. What a colossal waste of elephant turd time. I honestly am going to be so surprised if the show's not canceled. What in the tax write-off is this writing? For those of you who do like it, I'm happy for you, bro. I do not, or cis, whatever's, birds, gators, I don't blame you for liking it because you like what you like. Really hard to believe, but you like what you like. I've liked things too that, you know, but good for you. And I guess one thing that it might have going for it is that it might be way more interesting following Abby than it was following her. And goddamn, like, man, there's only so many things I've watched that could make me feel like I want to tear my tits off my chest, and I already want to do that. So just imagine the fucking urge. That's The Last of Us Season 2. My brain's gonna finish putting itself to sleep now.